Forget. Hey guys, good night and welcome. I am probably the most excited about this. I'm so excited to hear from Stacy and April because they ever since they have joined, it's like they have been just I don't know what they're doing, and I just want to know and I've been wanting to know, and so I'm so thankful that they agreed to chat with us tonight. And y'all, like April and Stacy, y'all just feel free. Like, don't worry about it feeling professional or anything like that. Just like talk to us like we're sitting right there. But does Stacy or April, do y'all care who goes first? If you want to go first, you can just unmute yourself.
I can go. Okay, so yeah, Shannon had messaged me this morning and said, "Hey, I want you to get on like a team call," and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll get on it, no big deal." And then I really read it, and then I saw Ashton's post, and I was like, "Oh, she wants me to talk." And then I freaked out, called April, and was like, "Okay, what do I say?" So this is not scripted. This is like real deal. I'm just gonna shoot and just go. But I just kind of wanted to tell y'all a little bit about me. I'm Stacy. I'm married my high school sweetheart, have two boys, Grayson and Gaines. And I did a party. Actually, I found April. We worked labor and delivery together. And I saw that she was doing nails, tried them out. Everything has went so fast for me. I tried the nails, wanted a party the next night, had my party for 3 days, sold $1,000 worth of nails. And I was like, I gotta sell this. Like, people are loving it. So everything's been fast. I'm a baby at this. So I will just say this group is phenomenal. I have done sales. I've sold other things like 31 and Rodin Fields, and we are so blessed to have Jackie and Shannon and April and Ashley. Everybody has been awesome. It's a team. So I just will say that I really dove into the units that you did, Jackie. I feel like that's important. Like, you need to know what you're selling. You need to know the ins and outs. Like, even you telling me to go and buy these things, I went and bought them off Amazon. I'm sucking it all in. So I think that really helped me out a lot, just reading through and focusing on it. Another thing that has helped me is I am a labor and delivery nurse. So I see 30 plus girls every day that I work, and it'll be little things like, hey, do you want to try these samples? Or they'll notice my nails. I kind of do something funky every once in a while, so they'll notice them. I'm not going to do like a normal color. I'm going to do something with accent nails. So they're like, hey, what is this? So then that kind of starts up the conversation. And, I will actually say, well, hey, if you want to look, I got a sample in my bag, or I have a nail strips in my bag. Let me put them on you during lunch. And then they're completely blown away. Like, I can do this on my lunch break or whatnot. So that does help. And I do know that a lot of the moms on here, they're stay-at-home moms. Y'all work from home. So y'all don't get the luxury of, talking to people like I do. So I would say, I know y'all have kids. So go to the ballpark, go to the soccer field, go to dance, go wherever. And you can literally, I remember I deliberately did this, but I took some nails to let my best friend try at the ballpark, and people were like, what are you doing? What are you doing at the ballpark? And I was like, I'm putting on nails. Look how cool this is. And I literally had a group of girls standing around me like, oh my gosh, I booked 2 parties off of that one little incident, but it worked. So I know that y'all are, stay-at-home moms, and you don't have the luxury of having all the women around you, but you can do it at the ballpark. You can do it. Even at Target, I'll be like, oh, she'll still notice my nails. I'll say, yeah, I'll sell it. Just start up a conversation with them. Another thing that I do is I reach out. So if I'm doing a party, I will, I do what Jackie and April and them have told me. I will screenshot the customer order. So I immediately will, go in there. I'll post it on the party page and say, hey, thank you, April, for buying these nails. They're there's a phenomenal color. I love it. And then I will go and message them privately and say, hey, thank you so much for your order. If you would love it, I would love to have you my VIP page so that you can, get some of the deals I've got going on, or if you have any questions or any concerns. So I have not had one person tell me no. Like, they're all about it. They love that I'm checking up on them. They love that I've taken the time to actually, notice that they bought something. So I feel like it's all about making them feel special. Let's see what else. I follow up on my samples. I'll post, I think Shannon had said something like your Facebook, be positive on your Facebook. Like people want to see that you're normal. They don't want to have a negative Nelly. So I'm always conscious about what I'm posting. Yes, if my toilet overflowed and my kids are playing in it, like that's a bad day, but I'm going to make it positive and say, y'all, like, this is what happened. We're going to get through it. So I feel like being positive, people are going to want to buy from you and that sort of thing. But following up on samples, I call them, check on them. I also do this. I think it's really important. Like if I have a particular girl that has bought 3 orders from me, I will just send her a little happy in the mail. I will go back, look at her orders that like all of her nails that she's ordered, and I'll send her like a cute little accent nail. I don't tell her I'm doing it. I get her, address, and I'll just send a little thank you note, like, thank you so much for supporting me. If you have any questions, let me know. I thought you might like this. This would look great with Maiden Milan. Let me know what you think. And if you ever want to host a party, I'm here. And so I feel like that makes a difference too. It's all about making them feel special, So, I think that's really it. I love the product. I love y'all. Like I said, y'all have put so much work into teaching us how to do this. And I've never had the support from the other businesses that I've done like y'all have given me. So I love it. I'm so thankful for y'all. Even Ashton sending out business, like I ordered business cards from Ashton. People are blown away by those. They're just beautiful. And it's got the little application on the back. So it's all about ease, all about making the customer feel special. And I think that's it.
I love it. Stacey, I love you.
You're cute.
I just want to give you a hug right now. I think like the key things I took away from that are a couple things. You getting connected to the group. I mean, when I first came into this, we didn't really have a lot. Well, honestly, we didn't have anything. And so I set this up, and Shannon and Ashton and Tracy and John, like it's all been a group effort because we needed it and we didn't have it, and we wanted to make it accessible to you guys. So the fact that you got connected in that, it makes us so happy. But then it also just shows like if the tools are there, if you just take them, go through them. Like she said, she maybe doesn't even need those little Amazon mailers that she bought, but she got them and she was ready to use them if she needed them. I love that. And then doing the nails that will catch someone's eye is genius. Because for me, I'm not really a flashy, like I didn't want to do the ghost nails because that's not really my style. But it catches people's eye. More so than Soleil Ballet, So I love the idea of doing something that catches someone's eye so they ask about it and maybe want to try it versus just what we may like as a person. Like this is our business, So sometimes you kind of have to step out that comfort zone. And then for me as a stay-at-home mom, when you were talking about like getting out, like that was huge for me because I feel like sometimes you just go. You might not know where you're going, but just go to the park, do something, get out there, meet people. I feel like too, with this type of business, when we tend to put so much focus in social media, we forget about those in-person experiences. And then sending the happy to the loyal customer. Love it. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I love that idea. So thanks, girl. Love it. April, do you want to chat?
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, I'm April. I'm in my car because I just got done teaching dance, and excuse the way I look. I'm very excited to talk to y'all, and I thank y'all for letting me talk. I'm with Stacey. I came into this. I have never done anything like this before, so I didn't know how to do it, what to do, and I just went to the group and started looking through all the units and just learning everything that I could, what was already there, taking ideas. I can't tell you how many times I have messaged Shannon and been like, that was a great idea. I stole it. Thanks. So just soaking up everything I can. I was trying to think, there was just something that Jackie said the other day that she was going to do or that was a good idea, and whatever it was, I tried it like immediately. I was like, well, if it works, it works. If not, it doesn't work. I think just being bold and putting yourself out there. because I did work in the hospital as labor and delivery nurse for a while. So I had some contacts from there. I do teach dance. I'm lucky enough to have a mom and a sister who both work in the schools nearby. So I have given them free product and said, go to your schools and show off your nails. Like, here's my business cards. Take it to them, show it off, send them back. My sister is in love with the nails and keeps saying, when am I getting my next free set? And I'm like, sell some more. I'll give you some more. So I'm like, I'm happy to trade off with you. So I think just kind of, like Stacey said, being bold, putting yourself out there has been huge for me. So I teach dance every evening. So party wise, it was not easy for me to do a party that was one night. So I do like a 10-day party, and I just schedule my posts when I get home at night from dance. I go ahead and schedule 3 for the next day, leave it open for 10 days. And that's just worked best for me. Another thing, people probably think I'm crazy for doing this, but right now I have 9 parties open, because most of the time if somebody messages me and they say, hey, I want to do a party, I say yes, because I think my first month I asked Jackie, should I go ahead and do the party now or should I wait? And she said, do it while they're excited. So I took that tip and ran with it and just said, well, if they're excited and they want a party, I'm just going to go ahead and add it. I've kind of figured out a schedule that I stick to, so I can kind of tweak it a little bit and work it out. Even if I have 5 parties going and somebody else wants to add a party, I say absolutely. I send them kind of their startup thing. I'm happy to start it when you can. And then I just kind of roll them in with the rest of the group. So most of the time I've been able to work it out where all my posts are the same. So it's really not that different. But I don't want them to want a party and me try to hold them off and then them decide, oh, I just don't have time now. So like right now I have 9 going. Now all 9 of mine are not booming and not doing great, but that's okay. Some other things that I've done in my parties is I try to keep a tab on like what the hostess rewards are at. And I'll make a comment if they're close to their next one and just say, hey, my hostess is getting to her next level of reward. She's doing such a great job. Help me spoil her. And so that gets tons of people ordering. And then I have done a couple events that really boosted my sales. I was able to, the first one I did was no good. I got no sales off of it. I was excited because I got names and I was like, I'm going to email these people and I'm going to follow up with them and it's going to be great. And it wasn't, but I went out there again. My second one was great. So I have 3 more this month that I'm doing. And so that just kind of getting names, adding them to my list, that has worked. Kind of off what Stacey said, all of mine who order from me through a party, I go ahead and automatically add them to my group. And they're already there. At the end of my party, once it's closed out, I do a graphic that says thank you, and I put my link to my VIP page and say, if you didn't order, I would still love to have you. Jump over to my page. I'm constantly doing giveaways, fun stuff, running special stuff like that. So I invite them to come. And then I'm not really sure how many groups Facebook will let you have, but I haven't closed any of my groups. So like when the holiday nails came back in, I jumped in all of my old parties and said, hey, our holiday nails came out. If you want some, let me know, jump over to my group, that kind of thing. I think other than that, just following up. And I think that's about it.
Yay, love those. Okay, so I want to piggyback off of what April you were talking about, just because I think we have a lot of girls in here who do a party or do their first party or do their launch party, and it busts. And they're like, oh, well, I guess this wasn't for me. Like, I tried. I think the fact, April, that you are a top seller and just openly admitting to your first event not going well at all is huge, because it shows that you tried, but you didn't let that stop you. It was kind of like, okay, well, I learned a lot, instead of thinking, oh, that was a fail. It was, okay, I learned what to do maybe different next time. Or, if we do a party and it busts, even she said, like, all of her 9 parties, they're not all going well. She's not going to just stop doing parties. Like, I think getting that mindset of, if it goes wrong, it's not and really anything you did wrong, in a sense of, you just need to find something different to do. So maybe next party, do something a little different. And then something that I keep hearing from Kelly France, because I just stalk her, basically. She always says, fail it till you nail it. And I love that, because it's like, if it doesn't go right the first time, we're going to try something different until we get it running like a well-oiled machine. And so if we can all just have that mindset of failing it till we nail it. And honestly, I've been doing this for 7 months, and I still have parties that bust. And I'm like, what the heck did I do wrong? I mean, I'm offering you guys like my left arm over here. Like, take it. Like, buy the nails. And some parties just don't go well. So I love your whole mindset that you are a top seller of over 100 people. And you openly say, I've had events that just haven't gone great. So I love that. Does anybody have any questions for Stacy or April? Like, what they do specific about something? I don't know. Any questions? Brittany? Yes. Unmute yourself. Okay.
Hey guys.
There we go.
Away. So I actually I'm sorry, my husband's trying to bomb me over here. So I actually just did my launch party at 8:00. It just ended, and it went really well. So like, only about 3 or 4 of my friends I knew for sure could hop on, but I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways, because the post list will be up there. I'm not worried about it. I told them I would leave the party open till Saturday or Sunday. I still did a giveaway and stuff. And so it's funny, because I just finished and I was like, almost feeling a little discouraged. I was like, oh, I probably should have rescheduled, whatever. That instant, like, maybe it didn't work. And so then I got on April, was like her first sentence was like, I've had parties that didn't work. I was like, oh, praise Jesus. Like, maybe I'll just, it's not a big deal, even though it's the first one. And I'm not one to just like quit right off the bat anyways. But it was so funny, because I was like, good thing I had a few minutes. My kids are still asleep. Nobody's crying yet. And, that's exactly what she was talking about. So I didn't even get to hear all of it, but that was enough for me just to know that if you don't have every party that's perfect, then you make a whole bunch off of it just to keep going, for sure. And I don't know if Haley's on here, but she tells me that all the time. She's like, don't give up before, because you could give up before you're about to hit that mark. So she's like, whatever you do, just keep going. Don't give up. So that's what we're going to do.
I love that. I know I have a stylist. Well, she's not a stylist anymore, but she was like one of my very first girls that signed up. And all of my girls that have signed up and stuck with it are rocking it now. And they didn't have great start, like they had good starts, but it wasn't anything like phenomenal. And so I think it's just with this type of business, sometimes it's I don't know why we think this, but we think like, oh, it's going to be like a quick success type thing. And we kind of get out of that mindset that this is a business and it takes time. Like my husband, his dad didn't start their family business, 15 years ago, and it just took off. Like, it's been 15 years. It has taken them 15 years, y'all, to get it really secure. And so it's like, we got to think of that mindset of this. Yes, it's possible to have very, very quick success. But then a lot of times it's just the slow and steady wins the race. And especially if you're blocking out your hours of work and you're not getting worn out and tired. Because I think sometimes, we just Quality over quantity. Yes. Okay, anybody have any questions for April and Stacy? Anything like specifics?
Hey.
Hey, Brittany.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I couldn't figure out how to unmute it because I downloaded this app and I was like, I don't know how to do this. But it's my first little conference call, y'all, too. So, anywho, I have a question. Like, there are 2 events this weekend that are going on. And, like, it's all about your business, your local business, supporting blah, blah, blah. But it's like there are 2 Color Street girls that I don't know who they are. I thought, like, I was the only person that sold Color Street here. And I tried to reach out to them because it would be kind of cool to have somebody in my area, like, that sells it so I can find out, like, what's going on. I've only been doing this for, like, 3 weeks. But, like, I don't know, like, anybody have any tips on how to get into an event because I guess they had, like, somebody that knew about the event or something. So they, like, jump started on it. Because I asked for both events. I've never done an event. But then they were like, no, there's already somebody doing Color Street, so you can't do it. And I was like, okay. So anybody got any advice on events and how to get in on events?
Do y'all have, like, a local neighborhood, like a yard sale page type of thing? Sometimes asking in those, like, because a lot of schools do events, a lot of churches do Christmas bazaars and stuff. So maybe ask, like, in one of your local neighborhood pages about what events are going on.
Yeah, like, what I did was my daughter's school was actually doing an event. And so I reached out to one of her teachers and was like, hey, who's the person doing Color Street? And she was like, I don't know. It's somebody that's not from here. She's from, like, Birmingham, because I live in Wetumpka. I don't know where all y'all live, but I'm in Alabama. But so I asked about it, and she was like, yeah, I was thinking about you doing it. And then I saw someone, and nobody knows who she is. So she's, like, not linked to the school or anything like that. And I was like, okay. So, but I thought, I've seen events before where, like, 2 people from Color Street do it. So I don't know if that's a bad idea, or I don't know. I've tried to Facebook stalk this chick to find out who she is. I'm not going to lie, because it would be fun to know somebody here that does it, and kind of see what they do and how they work their stuff. Because, I mean, I didn't know about the event until they sent something home, like in a folder. But anywho, yay.
I wish I could say I had advice. I have never done an event, and then the event that I did try to sign up for, they canceled it. So I'm not one to give any great advice. But if anybody does have advice, and maybe you're just not wanting to chat, maybe you can just post it in the group, because I do think it would be great to have that in the team page. I don't think we have a lot of vendor tips, so that would be something awesome to learn more. Wow. Am I echoing to anybody else? Okay. Holly said yes. Was I? I love how Holly's folding laundry. I love it. Does anybody have any other questions? I think we have just a few more minutes. Actually, we have 15 minutes. We have plenty of time. So if anybody has, and it can be about anything. It can be, anything, whatever.
I was in response to her asking about vendors. I know we are big in our community. My husband is on the Paul Park board, and he coaches and stuff. So it could be a good idea, because spring will be starting up, and go ahead and get your name out there. Like, call, go to your local ballpark people and just say, hey, who does the vendors? Because I know we always have a park day, which is huge. I'm usually the one that sets that up. It's a huge fundraiser. So I would say if you could find your local ballpark and figure out when they're going to do, like, a park day, because that is where you're going to get a lot of your stuff, and you can take your little baseball nails and stuff, and you could probably make good stuff there. So that's it.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, Stacey and April, I do have a question for y'all. Do you find that most of your sales are coming from, like, parties or your VIP pages or in person?
I feel like the majority of mine are from my Facebook, my VIP, just, people that I add to the VIP group, and then I'll just message them and say, how are you doing? And then they'll say, I kind of want to party. I love these nails. So I feel like a lot of mine, it's kind of, I guess it's kind of half and half, because I am with all the girls throughout the day and stuff. And then I don't really know. I think a little bit of both.
Okay. So I feel like something you and April have in common is y'all have people like asking you to do parties. And I don't know if that's very common. I don't have people just jumping at the bit to do a party. So do y'all have something you're doing or saying? Do you talk about it all the time in your VIP page?
I talk about it because I'm obsessed with it. But I think a lot of mine, because I was, like you said, I'm 120%. I go nonstop, which kind of worries me. I don't want y'all to get discouraged next month when I don't do anything. But I feel like I don't even know where I was going with that. I had a really good thought.
You were talking about because I asked how y'all are getting people asking you about parties.
There you go. That's right. So, my funky nails, I'm telling you, if you put on people notice, oh, your nails are pretty, but if you put on an accent nail, they're going to be like, where did you get those nails done? I feel like that is a lot of mine. It's just a conversation starter. I talk a lot. So I'll just kind of just say stuff like that. Like, oh, you like my nail? Oh, I sell it. It's really cool. This is this new product. It's not like Jamberry. It's this and this. And then that just kind of gets them talking and stuff. But a lot of mine's word of mouth. And I put a few things on my Facebook. I kind of did what y'all did. I don't want my Facebook to be overloaded with color streak, because I feel like people are going to be like, oh, it's Stacy again. She's selling nails now. I don't know. I just feel like I'm out there. I really put myself out there. And if somebody tells me no, it doesn't stop me. Like I've only have one person signed up underneath me. So yes, I'm doing good right now, but I'll have people that'll, I'll follow up with them. They don't want to do a party. They don't want to be that. So just keep pushing, put yourself out there. If you get told no, guess what? They're going to be someone that's going to say yes to you.
Yeah. I feel like that encourages me, because I feel like I'm an outgoing person, but I do still to this day struggle with selling something in person. I can sell it on Facebook all day, but then when I get in front of people, that's really what I'm trying to work on. So, that really encourages me just to just say it. I feel like sometimes we think they're going to slap us in the face or something. They're not going to hurt us. They're going to, at the worst, say no, thank you. But it's still, we're just, you have to get over yourself, basically. And I think we've all been in this long enough to where we know, people love these nails. As soon as they get them on, they love them. So I've never really had anybody that said they didn't like them, which is very uncommon in a company like this. So,
yeah, and that's the other thing. One of the girls, I tried to keep getting her to try them. I was like, you keep commenting, do you want to try them? And she said, no, I've actually tried them before and they didn't stick to my nails. And I was like, well, what do you mean they didn't stick to your nails? She said, well, a girl gave it to me and the package was open. And I said, oh, hold on, the package was open? Talk to me about this. So I feel like if you find out why they're not wanting to do it, immediately, I've already sold her 4 sets of nails, because she was like, oh my gosh. So I feel like maybe if you talk to them, find out maybe why they're hesitant, and then try to follow up with that, because now she's sold on them and she hated them at first because the girl gave her an old nail pack,
Yeah, that blows my mind. I was just with Jackie today. Hey, who said something? Rachel,
sorry.
No, you're good.
I was just going to comment on the vendor thing. Just because I had a boutique for years, a children's boutique from a while back. So I haven't done anything with Color Street. But the best way to get in my opinion, to find out is to go to your kid's school. Most schools around here, I know in Birmingham area, they'll have people come in and set up booths during the day, and teachers come and shop any random day. So last week I bought a tunic and a pair of leggings from the clothing boutique that was set up in the hallway. And you always, because people start chatting, teachers will be like, hey, we've got this thing coming up in a few weeks. You should come set up a booth. And so that's why you kind of start getting word of mouth. That was always the best for me before. And then I will say I was like you as far as very nervous talking to people in public about my nails. And I did the French for the first time this week. And I've had a few people that were kind of on the fence about trying it because they didn't want loud nails, is what they called it. But now that they see how good they look just with a French set, they're like, oh my, those actually look like professionally done nails. And they both of those ladies have bought, I want to say 2 or 3 sets this week from me.
That is really good advice, Rachel. I had no idea about the school thing. It makes me want to go up to school tomorrow and ask. I thank you for sharing that because I really had no idea. And Dawn, Rachel, you're on the phone, I guess, or no, you're on the computer. So Dawn, I'm agreeing with the same. So
Sorry, Jackie.
sorry, am I?
Hey, can you hear me? Sorry. I was going to kind of go on what Rachel said. The PTO at a lot of the schools, that's how I got in. I'm lucky to have my sister in one elementary school and my mom in the other one. So I kind of have the inside in on when they were having their events. But if you can get in with whoever's in the PTO, usually they're the ones that are going to do the events that you want to get in on. And then getting in with the schools, in the springtime, I can't remember off the top of my head when it is, but teacher appreciation, a lot of schools will let people come in then. So I've planned to talk with the principals and see if I can go in during that week and just hang out in the teacher's lounge the whole week. And so when they have their time to make copies or whatever, just be in there with samples and stuff and show them then, take little treats or whatever and just set up for the whole day in there. Just kind of treat the teachers for that week and help me out too. So that was just kind of going off what she said about going up to the schools. But the PTO, if you can get in with whoever runs that, that's how I found out about a lot of my vendor events.
Hey, Jackie.
Yeah.
So I'm a school counselor, in an elementary school, and teachers love the nails. So I think that's awesome. And getting in at right around payday is perfect. And we just love when our vendors come. We had clothes just the other day, and then we had artwork on Wednesday, and we all went crazy about that. So it saves us a trip to have to go buy gifts. And so it's like a win-win. I wanted to do it at my school, but I feel like it's for me. So I just have teachers come in my office after 3:00 and we chat. So don't come to West School in Vestavia, but every other school, you're.
Oh, I love that. I think too, when Dawn first signed up, it was at the end of the school year. And so what she did for an end of the school year gift to all the teachers is she put cute little sample packets in each of their boxes. And so I was just thinking as a Christmas thing you could do, or even for Thanksgiving, thanking them for being a teacher, you could just pack a bunch of samples, make them really, really cute, maybe even add in something a little extra so it's not just a sample, and just make a bunch and just drop them off at the school. And maybe, I don't know if that's allowed, but then they could just be handed out by somebody. But yeah, we need to make sure we are having a space in our team page that people can come and get all these ideas. So maybe we can start a thread of just ideas, I don't know, maybe even just a school idea. I feel like there's a lot you can do with just school. Anyways, okay, so we have 3 minutes. Does anybody else have any questions before we jump off for the night? Anybody? I just want to say y'all are incredible. Incredible. We had in the middle of the call 25 people, which is I've just been in teams where you do a team call and there's not even 5% of people on there. So the fact that there's 1/4 of the team on, it's incredible. And I think the fact that you're taking the time to do this, number one, we all need to see each other's faces and connect. But number two, it's showing that you're putting this, it's a priority to you, and it's really going to pay off. So, and then one day you're going to be talking on this, and you're going to be giving us tips, and we're all just going to play our part. But I just really am so excited that each of y'all are on and took that time. So thank y'all so much. And we already have next week planned. We have a special guest, I guess you would call. She's within our team. She's like on a sister team of mine. And so she was a top seller. Like if you go back on your email, her name's Angela Houghton, I think. She goes by Angie, but she is a top recruiter and a top seller. She's in both of the top enrollee and the top seller from the email. She's going to talk with us next week. So we're going to team up and do a call with her. So be ready to take notes for that one. Don't miss that one because it's going to be really, really good. Okay, guys, I'm going to hop off. I'll let y'all get back to your families. And Holly, I'll let you get back to doing your laundry. Are you done? Good, good. All right, guys. I love y'all so much. We'll chat later. Bye.